In this video, we're going to have a look at a weather station that I've just picked up from Amazon after my trusty old weather station packed up. The unit I had was this Ventus 831, I think it was. Anyway, it was very good. This unit is all right. It was the sensor that packed up. Yeah, it's quite good. And it had this it only just survived. The terminals got quite damaged and I had to solder a wire back on where the batteries had leaked. It was that particular brand with the copper colour on them. Anyway, say no more. They nearly destroyed the terminals. They completely wiped out the sensor. That was just like a load of crystals growing in there. The batteries had just burst and destroyed the sensor. So I thought, well, the sensor's 30 plus pounds. And so I looked on Amazon and there was this Kalawen, weather station, and come with one sensor, colour display, whereas this one was just a blue LED backlit, very dull. Good machine. At least the Ventus had the wind sensor. It had the rain gauge, and it showed you, what was the other bit? It showed you the sunrise and sunset times and the moon phase. So it had a little bit more detail, but to be honest, I didn't really use the rain sensor for long or the rain gauge, and at the end of the day I was mainly looking at temperatures. So I got this thing, I ordered it on a Friday night and it came Saturday morning. It was only 30 odd, I think it was £39, something like that. So it's the price, just a bit dearer than the sensor for the Ventus. So really it was a no-brainer. So what I did, I ordered the colour screen Kalawen, and it set itself up in no time. You can have up to 3 sensors out and about. I've got one outside around the shady side of the house, and I've built a little cover for it out of an old plastic tray, a bit of a food tray. I just cut it with scissors and then screwed it onto a bit of wood so that the sensor didn't get wet. Anyway, yeah, so you can see on the screen you've got your information on your remote sensor. It's all good. And we're 9.8. We just had some frosty nights, and this is really quite accurate. I checked it out with the Met Office, and it was, for my area, what the Met Office were telling me, this was spot on. And also the pressure, the history pressure, that's all good. And we had some heavy rain, and just before that happened, the weather station was showing that on the screen. There's some rain coming in tonight, and it's showing on the screen already. There was a few icy bits on the screen as well when we had a frosty night the other night. So very good, and you can see really clearly, like the remote sensor outdoor and indoor. So very clear. Plus you've got your Cumbria time signal. I didn't know too much about it, but I just read that there's a broadcast from Cumbria that gives you your time. So that's working okay. You can see the little signal and the 2 dots underneath on the time there. And obviously the moon there, very accurate again. That's probably programmed in anyway. Yeah, what else? Apart from that, the price was fantastic. The display is fantastic. The sensors are very well priced. They're only £10 each. So I've got a spare one already. Might buy a few more. The only thing I would say though, down here there's some grass and there's some daisies on there. And what I thought was, when the weather's bad, instead of them being daisies, it could have been a rabbit eating the grass. And if the weather turns bad, the rabbit disappears, just something to watch. Oh, the rabbit's gone. And that would have added a bit of a novelty factor with it. for just a bit of fun on the weather station screen there, but they're just a couple of daisies that are there. So yeah, maybe next time they'd put a rabbit in there, could help. So yeah, get yourself the Kalawen weather station for under £40 with one sensor, and don't use those dodgy batteries, the ones with the copper colour on them. They've just been wiping out on my devices recently, and it's a shame. I'm just going to steer clear of it. Can't really say much more about the weather station apart from it's brilliant. It's very well priced, and if you do need to replace yours and you're not too fussed about a rain gauge and wind gauge, then get this. There is another couple of makes on there that give you a very, very similar display. So there's probably not much between them. For all I know, they might even be coming from the same place but just rebranded. I don't know. I'm not going to go into saying they are and they're not. It's just that if you do see the others, they have got very similar screen, slightly differently placed out. But I would imagine they're all really good. This one didn't have as many stars. No, sorry, say that again. This one didn't have as many reviews on it, so 40 odd reviews, but it had a 4.5 star rating, and I thought, well, there you go. It's probably an up and coming successful weather station. So go and buy one, and if you need to replace yours. Going back to the Ventus, it's been very good. Apart from the problem with the batteries, it is old. It's well over 10 years old, so the sensors are available, but they're not cheap. When you compare the price of this weather station to a sensor, it's easier just to go out and buy this model. Anyway, thanks for watching this short review, and I'll catch up with you again. Check out my other videos and maybe subscribe as well. Thanks for watching.